Hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of Wildwood Zoo. In today's episode I build the habitat for the southern white rhino. Um, I did have some weird footage, I had some bit corrupt and yeah, I had a bad day filming this. My Wi-Fi wasn't too good and it kept kind of glitching and I lost tons of footage and it wasn't very good. But it's not too bad, it's just like some bits are just like it completely skips over, and I did this over 2 days, so yeah, I kind of had a little bit of gaps. Um, but yeah, I used some blueprints today. I wasn't planning to, I was thinking of doing everything from scratch, but I really couldn't be bothered, and I really want to get to the Australian area because I've been doing the African world for quite a while now, and I'm starting to use a bit of inspiration for it. Um, but yeah, it's not too bad. I'm quite looking forward to building the next one. I haven't built it yet. But yeah, I'm not too sure what animal I'm doing next. I I think because episode's 20 coming out soon, which means I've got to do the tour. I'm thinking that the next episode I might do the Indian elephant, start doing the Indian elephant enclosure, because I'm not too sure if that's going to take multiple episodes, because I'm going to decorate the riverboat journey and do a lot of that. So I might do that for the next two episodes, and then just leave that bit to the South African rhino. You know what I mean? Southern white rhino, a bit empty. Yeah, because I'm thinking of doing maybe penguins or something aquatic there. Uh, yeah. Uh, if you enjoyed this video, if you could leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want to be named after an animal. Um, yeah, I'm also going to name one of the rhinos Unicorn because I did have a comment on one of my shorts and they want an animal to be called Unicorn. Although they didn't specify what it is, I'm going to name a rhino Unicorn because they are the most close you can get to a unicorn. Even though they've got two horns, they look cooler, so I'm going to call the female Unicorn. But yeah, I'll see you in the middle where I'll share some white rhino facts. And yeah, see you then. Bye. Hello and welcome to the part of the video where I talk a little bit about the southern white rhino. There's quite a lot of facts about them, but I'll try and shorten it as much as I can. I've made a list of things I've got to get through, but yeah, if I carry on. So there is two species of white rhinoceros, well, subspecies. You've got the northern white rhino and the southern white rhino. The southern white rhino is the most abundant, about that being 10,000, just over 10,000 of them in the wild. And the northern white rhino, however, has about two. They have two females, no male, and they are trying to get some babies out of them. I think I've mentioned this previously in the Indian rhino episode, but yeah, they live for about 30 to 40 years, and they range from about 4.5 meters high, so they're pretty big. They are the largest and heaviest land animals, well, one of them in the world, and they're quite widespread across Africa. They live in obviously like South Africa, bits like Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, that sort of area. And there's a little population of them in Kenya, in the sort of eastern part of Africa. The northern white rhino should be in the area of northern, so a little bit more Saharan, just sub-Saharan sort of area. So they shouldn't really be in Kenya. That should be where the northern ones are, but they are abundant there as well. But yeah, they mostly live in the grasslands, savannas, and shrublands of Africa. They are called graminivores, which means they graze on grasses, strictly grasses, and maybe some other stuff. But yeah, they're herbivores mostly. Um, yeah, they are known to live in larger groups. There might be five of them or six of them in groups. That's about the average amount. And then there's usually about one male, and there's like two females. That's the average. And then the babies grow up and they kind of live in the group. But yeah, they are quite aggressive during when they've got their baby, during pregnancy. They're obviously very scary animals. Their big horn, the little unicorn horn, they've got two of them, and that can prove a danger to us. But it does go against them, and it is one of the main reasons they're a threat. The southern white rhino is one of the main poached animals in Africa. They are seek after the horn, and they either kill them for the horn or they just cut off the horn and knock them out and go for the horn. There is a sad video, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a song and it shows the rhino's horn being chopped off and it's so sad and the baby's there. Oh, it made me cry. But yeah, it's quite sad. The horn, if you're wondering what they're used for, they're used for, they are used for like mafia trade. So the mafia might use them as decoration, and decoration is used worldwide. Obviously, ivory, they go after that for trinkets. In the olden days, they used to do that in about the 1800s. They loved that. People were still fine for them then as well, but it is what it is. They are also used in Chinese medicine. They're also used in many other medicine. People think that because they're rhinos, they provide more fertility and stuff like that, but no scientific evidence for that. I feel like it's just an excuse to kill them, but hey oh. But even though they are decreasing, they are supported by zoos and they are categorized as near threatened by the IUCN Red List. So they're not really badly in trouble, they say, but they're not the best. There's only 10,000 of them, but they are very important for the ecosystem. Um, and they have friendships with birds, which feed on the insects and parasites that are on them. And they even eat all the grasses, which may sound like they're killing off the grasses, but they're not. They're actually spreading seeds, preventing wildfires. Well, thought to prevent wildfires. I'm not saying they do, but they can be called that. But yeah, I was looking around because I get confused of what you call the male, females, and babies. But I know rhinos. The male's called a bull, the female's called a cow, and the baby's called the calf. That's quite an easy one. That's usually used in sort of thing. But funny enough, they're group names as well because I wanted to find that out. They are called a crash or a stubbornness, which is brilliant. And I can see that completely. But yeah, they're quite funny. I have seen southern white rhinos before. They're beautiful animals. I don't think I've seen a black rhino. But yeah, if you're wondering about the black rhino, I won't be building a habitat for them. I might build one off-site, you could say. I don't know, I might do that, but definitely not for guests. I feel like they need to be protected. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a conservation centre because I said I really want the rhinos to be the main part of the park, as well as like an ivory campaign, and I also want tigers as well. So mainly some keystone species, the rhinos and the tigers. The Indian elephants, I'm going to do a separate habitat for a bull, for the big male ones, for when I have babies and they grow up, not for when I buy one, but yep, I definitely want a baby bull to grow up. But yeah, that's all the facts I have for you today. If you wanted to stick around and watch what the habitat will look like at the end, I will see you then. Bye bye. Hello for the last time, and welcome to the end of today's video. I hope you like the habitat. Obviously, you haven't seen it yet, but I quite like the finished result. I will, I think I'm going to start putting like a clip of the things after the video, the habitat after. I've seen some other people do that, and I quite like the idea. So I'm going to start making some more of my videos because at the start, I feel, I don't know, I feel like it gives too much like hints of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to do it at the end of the video. So if you stick to the end, you'll see it. Or if you skip to the end, but there's barely anyone watching this part of the video, so I don't think so. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you could leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want to be named after an animal. I don't mind if you want to be named after a couple, just not all the animals. Um, but yeah, the only animal you can't be named after will be the Bengal tiger and the Siberian tigers because they're my favorites and I want to name them. But yeah, um, I might add a little bit more foliage off camera every now and then. I find the southern white rhino hat doesn't have that good, well, it's got good traversable area, but the habitat doesn't have much traversable area for the rhino. I think I've done quite a small habitat for them. Um, but there's always that habitat that needs work doing, and I feel like this middle section is kind of like a sort of extension of that because the giraffe habitat's a bit small, this habitat's a bit small, so yeah, we'll see. But they seem to like it, and it's big enough for two rhinos. I wanted two rhinos and a baby. They can fit in it, but when it grows up, the baby's gonna have to go. But sadly, yeah, and that goes the same with all the rhinos here. But I feel like that's kind of perfect for the rhino though. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one where I think I've decided that I'm going to do an Indian elephant and the boat journey, finish the tropical area off. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.